At first, when I saw the email, I don't know if I took it as seriously, not serious in the fact that, oh, it's not real. I said I could never win. It was more I could never win. And it's not a win. I don't want to say it's an achievement. I call it an achievement. Um, I didn't think I can reach this achievement because I really didn't feel that I've done anything. I've just done what every other teacher or educator has done in their life. So when started writing all my essays and I started interviewing, I said, okay, we've done a lot in our school. Maybe, possibly, something may come out of this. And sure enough, with all the achievements our school has had and all the goals we've reached as a community and together, we won this thing. I don't say it's an I. I can never say it's an I. I'm not. If anyone knows me in my building, it's never an I. It's a we. We've done everything together. I started in that building from the date it opens, and like I said, I can't leave. I don't want to leave because it's such a wonderful place.
Staten Islander News Organization is here today with Staci Balice, who is an elementary school library media teacher who won the Flag Award this year. The Flag Award for Teaching Excellence, which was founded by Glenn and Amanda Furman of the Flag Art Foundation, recognizes and celebrates extraordinary public school teachers who inspire learning through creativity, passion, and commitment. One grand prize is selected from each of the 5 New York City boroughs, plus one pre-K to fifth grade teacher to receive a $25,000 unrestricted cash prize, and each finalist receives $10,000. The winning teacher schools also each receive $10,000, and each finalist school receives $5,000 to be used for arts-based initiatives designed by each winner. A teacher must be nominated, and following nomination, they receive an application to fill out explaining how they fit the Flag Award criteria. Select candidates are then asked to write several short essays, be interviewed, provide references, and potentially be observed in their classrooms. Then the finalists are selected by an independent jury from those nominated. So Staci Balice, who is an elementary school or library media teacher from the Space Shuttle Columbia Public School 58, won the grand prize of $25,000 from the Flag Award for Teaching Excellence for this year. Staci is an elementary school library media teacher. During the COVID lockdown, the library at her school was turned into storage space. When the school was ready to reopen, they asked Staci to transform it into a library and media center. Despite her lack of tech experience and that there were no computers or technology of any kind in the space, Staci jumped at the chance and committed quickly to making the library or media space accessible and engaging for all students. She integrates STREAM, which, as most people know, stands for Science, Technology, Robotics, Engineering, Arts, and Mathematics enrichment into her curriculum. Now, students read hard copy books and create related digital media projects to advance their digital literacy. Staci has transformed the library curriculum to include media education and has been working to build out a streaming space set to debut in the fall. Staci has advanced digital literacy and students' tech experiences by forging partnerships, including with LEGO Education, with the goal of incorporating hands-on, playful learning centers in standards-aligned lessons in science, engineering, and technology. She founded her school's Girls Who Code chapter, which helps address girls' low STEM participation. Just 2 years after founding the 20-member chapter, her students earned first place as the sole all-female team at the Battle of the Boroughs Minecraft Challenge, which I believe we also covered that, the Battle of the Boroughs Minecraft Challenge.
Yes.
Good morning, Staci. It's good to have you with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
And congratulations on winning the Flag Award for Teaching Excellence. How did you feel when you heard the news?
To have my family, students, colleagues, and administration present at that moment was very special to me. There are very few extraordinary moments in life where you're able to celebrate your achievements with the people you love and work with on a daily basis. And this was one of those special moments for me. So I was overwhelmed, surprised to say the least. It was an amazing moment in my life.
Oh, awesome. And how did your students and colleagues react to the news of your award?
My students, after I received the award, made me cards and signs congratulating me. Many of my families in my school community reached out to me personally to congratulate me via text or a phone call or even through social media. I loved celebrating this moment with them. After all, the students, the children I teach, are the reason I chose this career, and I have loved it since the first day of teaching in September of 1999 when I was at IS 51.
Oh, wow. Cool. So after COVID, the library at your school was turned into a storage space. Can you tell us about how you brought it back to life and turned it into a library and media center?
Absolutely. During COVID and remote teaching, the space in our building was very limited because of the COVID restrictions and social distancing. Many of our teachers had to separate, stay a certain amount away from one another. Our students had to socially distance. So the library became a storage space, supplies, furniture, even remote teachers were housed in the library. It became a place where people just piled things and piled possessions, and we even tried to fit, like I said, teachers in the build in that room to teach in that space. So it was a difficult space to transform.
Okay.
When I
And go ahead.
Okay,
Sorry.
when I took the position in 2021, that's when I, as a library media teacher, transformed it back into the child-friendly space. I rearranged the physical layout. I removed some of the old computer stations. I began hanging curtains, library signage, decorations from the ceiling. I added 2 Chromebook carts, which was a really big part of our push into the stream um, area. I wrote grants to receive library software from Comics Plus and SIA Urban Arts. And we began slowly integrating all this technology and computer science into our library media program. We also began implementing Lego Education and Adobe and other software programs and grew our maker spaces. Although our maker spaces were small, it was the start of something I've been so passionate about. It was not just an aesthetic change, but it was also a redesign and transform of the library so that we can add stream into our curriculum.
Oh, awesome. And did you have experience writing grants before? Uh,
Very limited. We've had many changes of our administration over the years, and previous administration I was involved in writing or assisting in writing grants, but these 2 grants I solely wrote. I wrote the SIA grant and I wrote the Comics Plus grant, which was very successful in our school community.
oh, fantastic. And the Lego education that you guys partnered with, that you forged a partnership with, was that also like a grant writing thing, or that was something where you contacted them outside of that kind of?
So, being involved with New York City Public Schools DIIT, the Division of Instructional and Informational Technology, I became very close to working with Jackie Patanio, and Jackie Patanio runs our Staten Island DIIT services. And she introduced me to Joseph Sanfilippo, who is our Lego education. He's our curriculum writer. He gives us our PDs. So about a year and a half ago, when I met him, I started to attend a lot of his professional development workshops, and then slowly we integrated Lego education into our building. We received our principal, our administration received um, from Burlington $2,500 a grant. So we used that money to purchase 6 Lego education kits, which really helped us grow our STEM maker, our maker space areas in the library.
Oh, cool. And you also, so how did you integrate STREAM, which is science, technology, robotics, engineering, arts, and mathematics, into your curriculum, and what impact has it had on your students?
That's a big question. I began implementing new programs into library media, into the curriculum very slowly. It was a very well thought out process. That's why it's taken since 2021. It was critical that our students became computational thinkers. And in order to produce these computational thinkers, we really needed to focus on what they were lacking in our library media slash stream curriculum. I began introducing different softwares, reading softwares. That's how we started. We started with the Sora app, which is associated with the NYPL and New York City Public Schools. That's the new name for NYC Department of Education. And we pushed forth these applications first, just reading basic applications that the students can get used to using. Then slowly, I began integrating Google, all the different platforms Google has, to our students. And again, this was a slow and methodical integration into our curriculum. You can't just throw it at our students. Fourth and fifth grade students started utilizing Adobe platforms. So between all of these different softwares, applications, we began moving forward into the technology realm of the library media curriculum. My plan was to support the classroom teachers by teaching students other ways to electronically create their designs. Students began to utilize these websites and their applications in their personal lives too. And that was an amazing connection that they were able to make. Many of our students joined my two programs, which were the Girls Who Code and My Sister's Keeper, which I combined them both because they were already Girls Who Code and they were my sisters. So they became one group and they really utilized new programs such as the Lego Education and the Minecraft platform. And these programs take time and require very intricate curriculum planning. So we are still in the process of incorporating new programs into our future at PS 58 and in the library.
Oh, fantastic. And you also founded your school's Girls Who Code chapter, and the other one you mentioned was My Sister's Keeper, you said?
Yes,
Did you found that also, or that was already there?
that was brought to me. It's a district-wide initiative, and basically, schools have to opt into it. And so my administration brought it to me and said, "Do you think you can lift this group off the ground in our community?" And I said, "Absolutely. I already have the girls. We're ready to go forward." And since it's a District 31 and it's all the five boroughs district, my sister's keeper, my brother's keeper, I felt that this was the perfect opportunity for my students to really become part of a wonderful group and combine two groups as one.
Oh, fantastic. And what changes have you noticed in your students because of their participation in these two groups?
That's a wonderful question. There have been so many positive changes that have occurred since we began our programs in 2021. Our Girls Who Code, and I'll say my sister's keeper, have become the voice of our school community. They really have. Students who weren't always seen or heard in the stream um, area now feel empowered in our school community. They've created many new initiatives, such as raising money for good causes, utilizing the website design and skills. They created T-shirts. We also became partners with Grandma's Love Inc., which is a non-for-profit organization based out of Brooklyn. She comes in, and we have many different we create many different drives in our building. We had a book drive, we had a food drive. So this is all what my Girls Who Code and my Sister's Keepers have done. So they really mentored students in lower grades. They have taken the task on of teaching these younger students the basic computer skills, and they've participated and ultimately winning the Battle of the Boroughs citywide Minecraft challenge in 2023.
Oh,
It's
awesome.
been wonderful.
And so, with the $25,000 cash prize, what are your plans for utilizing the personal award money?
Another wonderful question. This was an easy one. Education has and always has been a priority in my life and my family's life. So having a daughter currently in college and twins who are going to attend college in 2 years, the award money will be directly diverted to their college tuition and education. My husband and my goal in life is to assist wherever we can with our children. So whether it's financially, personally, or in any portion of their life, we really want to help them as much as we can and assist them. This will really make a difference for them, and that brings me ultimate fulfillment and joy in my life.
Oh, fantastic. So your school also receives $10,000 as part of the award. Do you have any specific projects or initiatives in mind for this funding?
Oh, I think this is one of the best questions you can ask me today. I started to touch on it in one of the questions before in one of my answers. So what happened was at the very beginning in 2021, as I stated, the library, I did a lot of the redesign myself, just moving furniture out, reorganizing, reshelving. So what happened was in 2023, October 2023, my administration came to me and said to me, we're ready to fully redesign the library. And that's where we took off. We reached out to our elected officials. They're going to assist us in the redesign. We also partnered with CDW, which is a very big tech technical website where we can purchase a lot of our supplies that we see going forward. We also reached out to DIIT. So between the vendors, the New York City Public School vendors, and our DIIT network, we created virtual renderings. We actually have a virtual rendering on the computer, and it's truly amazing. This redesign is near and dear to my heart because I was involved in choosing the layout, the new technology, the media supplies, all the materials that will be purchased. In the redesign that we see happening in the fall, we are adding a podcasting space, an e-gaming space, 3D printers, Cricut. I know I sound like it feels like I hit the lottery. A new seating space, so students will have that nice, authentic feeling of a library where they can sit around and listen to a story. Flexible seating. We're replacing the rugs, bookshelves. The project is an amazing project, and it's a very massive project. So that's why it's taken us this long. So that $10,000 will help us add all these different supplies, materials, needs, equipment that I would like to integrate going forward in the curriculum. I'm so excited to see what is next for our library media space. And this award is just really going to make this easier to achieve in our community. I'm just so excited.
Oh, that's
I told you
awesome.
that was the exciting question for me.
And you said you reached out to the elected officials. I know that most of our Staten Island elected officials are very much interested in education. So which of them did you speak to? Because
So going forward, we're working very closely with Joe Borelli's office. He's visited our school, I want to say twice. He came in and saw the space. He's very excited to be part of this partnership. He walked around. He analyzed. He evaluated the layout. So he really is very interested in this project. And also, Vito Fasella has been a wonderful elected official to work with and partner with. So Joe Borelli's office is the one we're working with immediately, but Vito Fasella has also come forward and offered a lot of assistance with us. He was part of our leaders assembly. So they're always there to work with us, and they visit our school regularly. We try to invite them in whenever we can.
oh, fantastic. And I know we actually are publishing a story, I think, today about Borough President Fasella, who there's a deli on Heberton Avenue where the deli owner created an initiative for the
Yes.
students. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yes, every
Yeah.
time the students score a certain grade point average or they reach their goal, even if they didn't reach their goal, he gives them free food and chips and all that. It's a wonderful incentive. Wonderful incentive.
Yes. And so, what did you think when you were nominated?
So the process started back in, I want to say the end of September of 2023. And at first, when I saw the email, I don't know if I took it as seriously, not serious in the fact that oh, it's not real. I said, I could never win. It was more, I could never win. And it's not a win. I don't want to say it's an achievement. I call it an achievement. Um, I didn't think I can reach this achievement because I really didn't feel that I've done anything. I've just done what every other teacher or educator has done in their life. So when started writing all my essays and I started interviewing, I said, okay, we've done a lot in our school, maybe, possibly, something may come out of this. And sure enough, with all the achievements our school has had and all the goals we've reached as a community and together, we won this thing. I don't say it's an I. I can never say it's an I. I'm not if anyone knows me in my building, it's never an I. It's a we. We've done everything together. I started in that building from the date it opens, and like I said, I can't leave. I don't want to leave because it's such a wonderful place. So when I was nominated, all I could think about is what I could give back to my community.
Oh, fantastic. And I think you had asked you before we started, if you know who nominated you.
Yes. So the person who nominated me is Kerry Verticchio. She's a math teacher and a very, very dear friend, close to my heart. Uh, sh- After this all came out and I was awarded the Flag Award of Excellence, Teaching Award of Excellence, she came forward and she explained why she did it. And I tears. You're here at the beginning of the day before anyone's here. I said, but that's not why I do it. I love you all. So when she said that to me and she nominated me, I was taken aback, and it really was an emotional moment. She's a wonderful teacher too. The teachers in our building from pre-K to 5 are all should be Flag Award nominees.
Oh, awesome. And so I'm going to ask a question or two about the space shuttle that your school is named after, because I'm not sure if when you were younger, you experienced in 1986 that they gave us all a half day. I think they stopped
You
doing that
remember
after
that?
that.
We sat with the TV VCR. They pushed it
Yes.
in, they rolled it in, and you watched, and I
And
watched,
we all watched them die. It was
and it
horrible.
was
It was the
horrible. And you
worst
watched
experience.
worst experience. I think that was my first true loss because I haven't lost anybody, and watching that just changed the
You were
way I
like,
feel
wait,
about
was that supposed to happen? And it was like,
exactly.
no, it wasn't supposed to happen.
We were watching something that was a phenomenal supposed to be a phenomenal experience, something you only get to watch. And unfortunately, it's something that is part of our history now. But having worked in a school named after that, it really, schools get our, we always honor people in our schools when we name them after very important people. But that crew that worked together and lost their lives that day really resonates in my world because we work so hard every day. Our schools work so hard. Our teachers work every day. Administration, paraprofessionals, school aides, and just watching that and correlating the two, it really is an unfortunate, terrible historical event, but our school really holds a very strong title due to it.
So did your school also watch the Columbia shuttle? They did.
Yeah, we
Oh
did.
gosh.
We watched
I
it
thought
in
they had stopped that.
no, no. Well, seeing well, we try. Unfortunately, some of our history needs to be watched and viewed, and our students need to see some of these events happening because they learn from this. This is how we all learn,
Mhm.
and that's what it is, having different perspectives. So that's what I find, you know, very important as I teach. I try to just listen, be a listener. I'm just a listener.
Right. And so has the space shuttle and the space shuttle program inspired any of your lessons or themes in the library or media center? And if so, in what ways?
So let's go backwards a little. So we have to go backwards to when this building opened. In 2003, boy, my years, 2003, we opened, and the science space was called the Scan Tech Lab. And I was the one who started on computers. This was a new and just a new way of teaching where 4 students would sit at one computer and use this computer program and build different things. We studied astronomy, we studied physics, we studied everything that went into what all the different aspects of science. So having said that, I try to integrate those moments, the biographies of our astronauts who lost their lives. I try to build that into the curriculum. That's more of, I don't use that as a technical portion of it, other than to learn the skills in science, align them to the science standards like I did back in 2003. When I'm speaking about the astronauts who lost their lives, that's more of an intentional biographical learning about them. I try to, books. That's where we go authentic. I say we go authentic because I really want them to connect with Kalpana Chawla, like the astronauts who lost their lives. So it's a little bit different teaching. Yes, the science aspect of it, forces, motion, the different layers of atmosphere. I can do that all in the science curriculum. But when connecting to what our school's named after and why our school is, I try to do it in more ELA literacy based. I try to reach them through their feelings. These were people. These were
Right, right.
important historical figures in our
Hmm.
history who lost their lives, and they need to know. One was a teacher. Like, this is the different aspects they need to know. So it's, yes, I just integrate it differently in our science curriculum and our ELA. We write about it, we study about them. So it's a little bit different, more research involved.
Hmm. Oh, cool. And are any of your students thinking of a career in aeronautics or engineering? And what might encourage more students to enter those fields?
Okay, so a few of my champions, I call them the champions last year. A few of my girls who code my sister's keeper from last year's team went on, they left 5th grade and they went to intermediate school and they joined um, their stream group, and they joined my sister's keeper. And 2 of my girls who were almost, they were my leads in stream and they were on the team, Olivia and Catherine. I seem to think, I cannot say for sure, but I seem to think that they have definitely a future in the stream, the technology um, aspect. I do have a new student who's in 5th grade. She just graduated in June, and she already told me using Adobe, she wants to design. She wants to design websites. She's very into it already. 5th grade. She designed our my sister's keeper T-shirts. So, and she's using all the platforms we learned in school. So do I think that it's improved my the um female interaction and the female interest in stream? Yes, I do. I feel like going forward, I definitely have students who will have a future in stream and tech, the computational portion
Oh,
of
cool.
education.
And what do you find is the most important factor holding girls back from careers in science and mathematics?
I think their confidence. I really think I'm a perfect example. As a child, if you read any of my essays, I had to write for the Flag Award. I was not confident in science. I, any chemistry class, physics class, I wouldn't speak. I wouldn't have a voice. I just felt like everything I thought, all my problem solving skills and computational skills weren't up to standard with the other students. And what happened was, as I move forward and as these girls move forward, I think them having a voice and empowering them and letting them speak up and work out the problem solving steps of um, building Lego education or coding. I think now that they have this voice, they're able to complete a task like that. I think it's so important. I think just making them feel that they have a voice in the stream and just in STREAM generally is such an important. That's I I expect them to have a voice now. I don't let them sit back, even the quiet ones. They have to speak up and they have to tell me how they're solving their problems. How are you making this build in Minecraft? Like I want to hear their voices. Even if their voices might not be correct in a step, they need to be part of that and they need to hear that they're good at it, that they they can complete their task.
Oh, wow. And how do you feel that educators can address these kinds of issues of inspiring confidence and inspire more participation and inspiration for careers in the sciences?
We have a very big task right now as educators. At this point, a lot of our education is focused on the basics, reading and math. Thank goodness in the past 2 years, there's been a lot of push for the stream. The district is pushing, their initiative is pushing this stream initiative. So our job as educators, our role as educators is to make sure that they see all these facets of the curriculum. They see stream, they use stream, they're using computers, they're using robotics without us adding it into our curriculum and modifying, not even just adding it, changing our curriculum. We have to really align ourselves to those computer standards, those New York State uh, computer science and digital literacy standards. If we don't start aligning all of our basic curriculums to that, our students will never have or reach those standards they need to in the computer science technology realm. So it's very important as a teacher that we add, modify, rewrite, implement all of those new technology standards into our basic curriculums, reading, math, social studies, science, so important. We and the planning. Our our schools have to plan designated times to teach this. It really has to be a dedicated, this is your stream period. This is where you're going to learn your computer science for all standards. This is your time.
Oh, cool. And that was all the questions that I had. Did you have anything else that you would like to add?
I'm very overwhelmed. I'm very happy. This is very important in my career at this time. Not the award was a beautiful thing, the monetary award, but I think being that I'm an older woman, we talked about being a woman in this industry, being 48. I'm getting there. My career is coming to an end, and seeing that I pushed through and I have a school building leader certificate and I feel like I'm at the right place right now in my life. And this flag teaching award of excellence really made me feel that I fulfilled my career as an educator. I guess that's how I feel. Just everything. I feel like I'm that educator that can help these females and all students um, move forward.
Oh, great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us. It was really nice speaking with you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.